wanted to kind of do a general discussion on what's the status with this deferral policy now. We'll spend 5 minutes on it. We'll just understand, do you know what deferral policy means? Deferral means being able to defer from the current exam to next exam or whatever exam in the future, right? So what kind of deferrals are available now? Earlier, we used to have this COVID-related deferral. I mean, like if you're infected or if you have, if you're infected or, if you've COVID, they used to have that kind of deferral. So now that's been cancelled. So I'll just give you a quick overview of what kind of deferrals we have now. So we have three types of deferrals. We have an emergency deferral. We have a paid deferral, which is a new thing. That's what we want to talk about. And then COVID exam cancellation, which will happen through Prometric, not you. Like you can't do anything about it unless you take it in your own hand and say that I'll spread COVID around my exam center. This will be done by Prometric, not you. So for you, it's basically two options, either emergency or paid deferral. Now, emergency deferral is if you have these type of, you're in these type of situations, right? Now, see, this is a free deferral, but this needs to be approved by the CF Institute, right? So for example, you signed up for August this year, and you feel like for certain reasons, I cannot take the exams in August. I'd like to take exam next year in May, maybe. So then can you defer? Yes, but subject to following conditions. You either have life-threatening illness, either by the candidate or in the immediate family of the candidate, or death of some immediate family or some military mission, or your exam is rescheduled by Prometric and the new dates given to you are unacceptable, right, to you, because you have some commitments or whatever. So that's your first category of deferral. Now, if you want to do a no-cost deferral in this first segment, then you'll have to do certain documentation. This documentation approval time on their website is about 6 weeks. You can defer the exam anytime within the window of next 12 months. So if you defer the August 2023 exams under this provision, you can take any exams within the 12-month window. And in this particular case, you will have to basically do certain documentation. One of the documentation you have these days is getting this form signed by your doctor. So basically your doctor will have to put in, or your physician will have to put in his license number or something like that. And then they will have to sign this particular form in a prescribed format. So which obviously, this option would be availed if you are in any of these conditions and physician is in a position to sign it, right? Otherwise, this option doesn't exist for most of the candidates. So now the new option that they've come up with is, I think, really good. FRM has always had them, because what happens to people is they commit for a certain type of exams and then, life kicks in, right? Variety of things happen. So earlier you used to lose the entire money, which is a whole exam fee of $1,800. But now with this, you can pay a certain amount and you can defer yourself to the next window. So this is going to start from August 22 exams. You can defer yourself, I think, up to 24 hours before the exam. So which means if your exam is day after tomorrow, and you feel like you would want to defer the exam, which is a good and bad both, by the way, because before the exam, everyone feels like I should avail this option. So it's kind of good and bad both that way. But if you're in emergency, you have some issues, you can defer. You can do a no question asked one-time deferral of $400. Okay, this allows you deferral up to 12 months. Same logic. Now here, I think one trick that I was being informed was that if you defer very close to your exam, and by then the registration for the next exam window is closed. I think this would be particularly case with level 1. level 2. So you defer for August, and by then the next exam window is closed, and you probably will not get the next attempt, right? So when you're deferring, you'll have to see if the registration for next window is open. For August 2022, this window will be available from 1st of August in case if you decide to defer. And I think then otherwise it's a usual standard process. Okay, and then COVID exam cancellation is if exam is cancelled due to the government, right? So you can't really do anything about it. But if that happens, then obviously you get a free deferral from them. Then there is also a concept of rescheduling. Are you aware of that as well? Like you signed up for exams, let's say on Monday, a particular day, and you feel like Monday I can't do the exam, I have something to do, so I would like to reschedule within the same interval, but for Tuesday or Wednesday. Or I think you can also change your location with this, if, depending on seat availability. Then there is a one-time fee of $250. I think earlier this fee was $25 for a while, but now they've made this as $250. So you sign up for an exam on Monday. You don't want to write it. You want to write it on Tuesday or Wednesday. This is the cost that you're going to have. And finally, there is a refund policy, which again, I wasn't aware. I got to know about this today itself, that you sign up for CFA program and within 14 days, you realize I don't want to do it. So you sign up for your CFA program, you download the books, you read, I don't know what, quant or ethics or economics, and you feel like, you know what, not for me. Now, within 14 days, you can get your complete amount back. So that's a good news. And this is a link where you can find some more information.